Happy Monday, Solar Icons family. Excuse my voice. I am getting over a cold. I have the privilege of bringing up to the stage my good friend and business partner, Mr. Kevin Moeller, who is going to take yet another deep dive in our amazing Energized Team app. Kevin Moeller, how the heck are you, sir?
I'm blessed, Aaron. I'm sorry that you're under the weather, but your energy is still great. So I'm glad you're here with us.
I appreciate. I
I'm glad you're
feel
here.
fine. I'm just it's the lag of the cold. So I appreciate that. But yeah, we're pushing through, man. Good to see you, Kevin.
Good to see you. I appreciate you guys, and it's great to be here. I actually just got back from Dallas, Texas. I went to the Association of Network Marketing Professionals event, and it was stellar. Like, I was blown away. So just as a side note, I know it's not your core company convention. You never want to miss one of those ever. But if you decide you want to invest in your business and go to something outside that will help you, I'm telling you right now, like I've been to a boatload of like those Eric Worre events. In my opinion, like the actual event and the training really has no room for improvement. Like, Eric knows how to run an event like nobody's business. It's unreal, from the music to the venue, all that kind of stuff's awesome. The Association of Network Marketing Professionals blew my mind because it was such an intimate event. Like, there were literally like 300 and something people there, the vast majority of which were very big income earners. In fact, I got to hang out with the number 6 income earner in all of network marketing history. We got to spend quite a bit of time together, and it was unreal to be able to see, what some of these people are doing to build their business. You get a lot of ideas. And as Bobness talked about earlier, like, literally, there's just something you get when you go to an event, because it's the conversation around the event that oftentimes you get the most notes. Not just the person on stage, but the person that's to your left or to your right may give you a nugget that can transform your business. And I'm going to give you a live example. I have had in my to-do list to talk to Courtney Epps for a long time, and I haven't pulled the trigger on that. And just hearing Aaron do that edification, which, by the way, she is a beast. Like, that event tomorrow, if you would extend the invitation to me, Aaron, I'd like to be on it if I can. She is she's an animal. So I actually need to talk to her. So, Aaron, you may have just put, an extra 6 figures in my pocket just by that plug, which is huge. So yeah, you don't want to miss that event. So let me jump right to it. Let me share on my, let me start talking about what I'm supposed to be talking about. So I apologize. I get so excited sometimes I can't shut up. All right. So what we're talking about today is taking massive action using the Prospecting Wizard. And you're probably familiar with the Prospecting Wizard when you downloaded the application, unless you exited out of it. Hopefully you didn't. But regardless, it's something that you can toggle on and off. And I'm going to give you one idea, by the way, that you can use in your organization when you have events, okay, to push prospecting. Because at the end of the day, you're not going to be the number one recruiter if you're not talking to a lot of prospects. That's the one prerequisite. But like, how you prospect people is super, super important. We all can agree on that. But the most important thing is that you're actually prospecting people, right? What I love about this is that when you get together as a team, whether it be live in-person event or whether it be on Zoom, you can actually go through this exercise together for you and your teams to be able to do exposures in a group setting, which is really fun for a couple of reasons. One, building the business together is so much better than just building it by yourself. And then number 2 is it pushes your team to do group exposure. So if you have 10 people on your team that each expose 5 people to Powur, you can do the math. 10 times 5, it's 50 prospects looking at Powur at one time. Okay. So it's really, really, really powerful. So that's the challenge. The challenge is that new individuals, and Bobness talked about this earlier too. He said, congrats basically on making the uncomfortable leap. Everything that you ever had to do for the first time was uncomfortable. Everything that you've ever done, when you went to go learn, you realized you had to learn to walk at some point in your life, and it was uncomfortable, right? And I watched my son, he's 18 months old. The very first time he climbed to the top of this little slide, was going to slide down, like, his eyes were huge because it was the first time. Now, like, he just does it over and over, and he loves it, right? And that's what our life and our business is like, is that 80% of people that join the team have never done something like this before. So they don't understand how simple and prospecting should be. I don't like the word easy, but I love the word simple. It should be a simple process. And so the first exposures are typically poorly done because they're new. So maybe somebody meets somebody, they want to talk to them about Powur, and they verbally vomit all over them. They're just so excited. They tell them everything about Powur and how it works and how how they can, best in class and the reason why it's good and their ratings on BBB and what their CEO used to do for work and what they're doing. Like they're just, it's poorly done at first. And that's because we need a great process. So you're seeing exactly where I'm going with this, because obviously we have the solution to these challenges or we wouldn't be talking about them today. And the last thing on this slide is saying that showing versus telling can be time consuming. It is very time consuming to show somebody step by step by step a process. And what I love about the wizard is it shows somebody step by step by step using the application. So it's not just you teaching, it's actually the application showing them. So that is the solution. So you can help a new app user, right? A new rep with Powur who downloads the Energize app, make their first 5 exposures, super simple, super, like I said, I like to use the word simple and not easy, but it's very simple to do. And it literally walks them through it. And then again, if you do this in a group setting, show everybody how to toggle the wizard on, as we are going to do today. For those of you that are not driving, I encourage you, if you haven't, go ahead and open up the app and we're going to go through the wizard together. Because again, if you have a group of people, 10 times 5, you got 10 people do 5 exposures, that's 50 people. You can choose the number, but it's really cool. And if you have a process that's simple, easy, and effective, and you have the right attitude consistently over time, that is the magic formula for massive momentum. And that's what it's all about, right? So let's take a look at the wizard feature really quickly. Let me share the screen on my mobile device. And we will go from there. All right, here we go. So here is the Energize app. And what we're going to do to toggle on the wizard feature is just go to contacts. So if you click on contacts at the top, it's going to have, once you click on contacts and then you click the add contact button. Okay, so the blue button here in the circle in the middle. Then you click on the wizard feature. This is the little box right here. This is how you toggle it on. Some of you guys didn't even realize that button was sitting there, right? But if you've been through the wizard, then you understand what it is. But even if you have been using the Energize app for a long time, go ahead and click on that button. So let's click on the wizard, and that's what's going to toggle it on. And from here, it's as if Aaron was sitting across the table from you at Starbucks and telling you exactly how to go through the application to create a trackable link. And one of the most important things I can tell you guys, because you're not brand new, some of you are, you've been in for a short period of time, this may be your first Zoom call. But if you've used this application, it's very important that people understand that they have to go through a prospect's contact record and then click send resources and able to generate a trackable link. If they go straight to resources and send it to somebody, it's not a trackable link. If they go to a prospect's contact record and then click to send a resource, that is now a trackable link for that prospect, right? You guys already know that, but what I love about this, that's the reason why it directs them through the contacts first and shows them how to do their correct exposures. So let's go ahead and click this import button here and add 5 people. It says on the next screen, select at least 5 contacts and then tap the import button. So we're going to do that right now. So if you've got 5 people on your phone that you haven't added to the application to prospect, go ahead and take a moment and knock that out. So I'm going to add, let's see here, these 5 demo contacts to my application as you add a few contacts of your own. Okay. And then once we click the add button, it says select a contact below. So we're going to choose this first Aaron here because it's actually got my phone number in it. It's the reason why I set that up. So I don't actually text somebody during this demonstration. It says click send resources to send a resource to this contact. So we're going to go ahead and click send resources and then select the resource to send. So for this example, I'm just going to do the digital business card because it's the first resource, but you just check the box and then choose how you actually want to send it to somebody. Actually, I wonder if, let me check something real quick while we're on here. The invitation to survey. There we go. All right. So it says select which way you'd like the resource to be sent to this contact. You've got your 3 different buttons. So it's literally walking them through what these 3 icons are, because later on, as soon as the wizard's not on, it won't show these words. So they won't, but at least they'll know that that was the email. This is the text button, and this is for everything else. So we'll choose the text thing here and hit send. Congratulations, you just completed your first exposure. So that was 1, right? So now that you had a group go through it, if you have your team that's with you on a Zoom or something or at a live event, And you can go through multiple more times, right? And get that 5 exposure number, or 3 or 30 or 2. I mean, you can choose the number, right? But it literally walks them through step by step how to generate a trackable resource link to a prospect. And it pushes them to do it, because unless you actually exit the wizard, then you follow all the way through to sending something to a prospect, which I love, because it pushes somebody into activity, and that's what it's all about. And that's what we're here to do, right? That's what these trainings are all about. So very simple training today. I know typically we go a lot more in depth, but that's what we wanted to talk today, is about the wizard feature, about why it works the way that it does, and then how you can toggle it on so you can use it in a group setting anytime that you want. So the challenge is to use that wizard feature to add and expose at least 5 new contacts in the next 24 hours. So if you're willing to do that, you're willing to accept that challenge, we want to hear from you in the chat. And we celebrate those that take action on these income producing ideas that we have. So if you haven't gotten the app already, you see the screen, the link at the bottom says solariconsteam.com. And Aaron also put that in the chat. So I appreciate that, my friend, since I forgot to mention it. If you haven't downloaded it, make sure that you download it. The standard version doesn't cost you anything. You don't even have to put your card in. Like, it gives you access to tools that you need to build your business. And then the pro version, which you can upgrade to at any point in time, can qualify as a tax write-off, right? So you can use the pro version to build your business, and you're absolutely going to love it. Now, next week is one of my favorite features that we're going to talk about. And again, this one's going to sound simple. It's the tasks feature, but wait till I show you like how I actually use it. I'm going to give you some examples of what you can do to become a powerful networker, a powerful prospector, using the tasks feature. And it's going to be way more than just prospecting, but that's the stuff that I like to train on, in particular to the task feature, is how I use that for prospecting. And it's going to help you in your business big time. So make sure you get your team on with you, and we look forward to seeing you on next week's training. So with that being said, Aaron, my friend, I appreciate you. And anything else that you'd like to add, any questions, comments, additional training, I'll turn it over to you. So what you're going to do if you want to add your own personal resource, particularly in this discussion on how to customize your messaging so you don't have to edit it every single time you want to send something to a prospect, here's what you can do. Go to the resource that you like, okay? This is going to be the resource that you're wanting to share in this example. So we're going to go to company resources. I'm going to go over to homeowners, and I'm going to go to present to homeowners, and then this video on what is net metering, just as an example. Okay. So if I click on this, right, and then I go to share it, it's going to pop open this pre-written message that you may love or hate. All right. It doesn't matter. That link goes to that resource page. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this link, and then I'm basically going to recreate it as a resource in the application so I can add my wording. Does that make sense? So I'm going to copy the link to the video, which is the resource that I want to create my own wording to. And then I'm going to go back to the application. All right. So if we navigate over here to personal resources, and then we click on add new, this is where you can control all of your messaging. Okay, this is going to be where you can control the pre-written message with one caveat, and that is you can't remove first name or link resource. Okay, so everything below here, and I'll show you what I did in just a second. All this, you would write out what you want, which could be the example that Bob sent us earlier, or whatever you want it to be. And then you could change your title so you know what it is, and this is where you'll paste that URL. Okay, and you don't want to do the whole thing. You want to delete and just have the link in here, right? So let me, instead of going through all that, let me show you, because I already did it. So once you add it, let me click edit. So this is what it looks like. This is what I did. I went in here and put in Bob's words here, and then that's the link to the video that I like, and then you hit save. So what does that allow you to do? So now that you've got this personal resource, well, I'm going to show you exactly what it allows you to do. Let me go to contacts. I'm going to go to my contact, Aaron. And now I'm going to go to send resources. I'm going to make sure I'm on personal. I'm going to find the resource that I just created, check the box, and hit send. And now watch this. Aaron, link. Here's a recording for an informational Zoom. It has everything that he wrote. and then be safe out there. And I just forgot to put my name in the pre-written message. It just says Kevin, right?
Funny.
So now you've still got the resource that you love, and without having to change it for everybody, as a company resource, you just added your own as a personal resource. And now it's still a trackable link. It's still the video that you wanted to share, and it's got your words pre-written that you can edit however you want to. Is that helpful?